Oh, what up? It's your boy, Miss Fantastic 824, the BABG OG, and I appreciate you for pulling up on me. Today, we're going to be going over the Sha'Carri Richardson and Christian Coleman situation that happened in the airport. Before I get into this, no one should be a victim of domestic violence. And if you are in a domestic violence situation, please, please, please um, seek the proper help and most importantly, leave that relationship. If a person puts hands on you once, they will do it again, be it man or woman. Um, the biggest issue we have here is the double standard of when a man is abused. There's no outrage. There's a lot of excuses being made. Um, and it's just seen as, oh, you're a man, you can take it. Well, if that man was to retaliate and protecting himself, and we've seen things where the man, even when the man is dead wrong, everybody, you know, crucifies that man simply because of the fact of the matter that, hey, you're a man and you're putting your hands on a woman, which I agree with. Okay. There's never a reason for a man to strike a woman, right? I do believe in men being able to protect themselves by restraining them, though, because nobody should be anybody's punching bag. We've seen the situation, plenty of situations to where there have been domestic violence situations um, falsely claimed against men, right? That's the easiest thing for a woman to do. And some of the states are becoming better with protecting men by actually doing investigations and not just taking the word of, a woman saying, "Oh, he hit me or he put hands on me," and men having their lives ruined. Because I don't think people understand just how serious the domestic violence charge can be. Right, domestic violence charges can ruin everything from gun ownership, Second Amendment rights, to even being able to volunteer for certain things or be around children and be in, certain locations and things. So we're gonna hop into the video, man, and see what Christian Coleman had to say about the situation.
Personally, what I'm saying, I feel like it was just a sucky situation all around. Like, I don't feel as if like she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. And she
Now, the problem with this is you don't feel like she should have been arrested. I promise you, she would have not had the same sentiments for you. Had you physically abused her in an airport, which can be a federal crime, by the way. Okay. I promise you, she wouldn't be here before the public telling them about how she didn't feel like you should have been arrested. Okay. And the understanding was, the police had to intervene because she was just being that aggressive by the reports. All right. So, young brothers, please, please understand. Okay. You shouldn't be out here being Ike and Ike and Tina. That's another big thing too. People had this misconception of, oh, Ike just beat, and the people around that said, hey, Tina was just as vicious. Okay, not excusing it, but hey, it is what it is, right? Again, you are not nobody's punching bag. You are not nobody's sparring partner. You are not anyone's fucking redheaded stepchild. Okay, all right. She puts her hands on you, put them people in her life immediately. That's one thing I let it be known. Hey, baby, I'm not finna tussle. I'm not finna wrestle. I'm not finna box. I'm not finna do no MMA, no UFC. You put your hands on me, them people you will see. You hear me? I let that be known. I am absolutely for no, at any point in time, man, no type of violence coming my way from a woman that I'm dealing with. Okay. You will go to jail. I promise you.
have like things that she needs to work on for herself, of course. So do I. So do you. Like everybody. And I'm the type of guy like I'm in the business of just like extending grace and mercy and love. And I feel as if like I don't try to look at obstacles either. Like I just look at like situations like this to just like take a step back, analyze yourself mentally, and then just try to see what you could do to be your best self so that you can move forward. So you can just be the type of person and a human that God needs you to be for His kingdom.
Of course, man. Hey, God wasn't with her when she was laying hands upon your head. Okay. Okay. When she was anointing your head without the oil, brother. Okay. She wasn't thinking about God. Okay. This woman, she's not a poor woman. This is a Olympic gold medalist. Okay. More than one. All right. And you mean to tell me out of all the things she could have did, she had to go oops upside your head like the Gap Band? All right. Luckily for you, okay, you are also you know, Olympic track athlete, but apparently, brother, you weren't even fast enough to get away from her. So imagine a regular man. All right. Stop making excuses for abusive women. Look at the statistics, okay? Black women are the biggest perpetrators of domestic violence. All right. Don't argue with me. Go look it up. Don't take my word for it. Google it. A lot of these times when these men are quote unquote abusing these women, okay, I didn't say most, I didn't say all, a lot though, these men are defending themselves or they're finally fed up, and now you have a man that's responding to physical force from a woman. I'll link the video in the description of what I did on Twitter a while back, to where these women were literally beating these young men up. Okay, one of them was in tears. All right, simply because they were mad and they were allegedly cheated and all these different things. All right, everybody thought it was funny. I made light of it to a degree, but of course, hey, everything's, you know, everything got to have a little bit kind of comedy to it in order for people to want to pay attention nowadays. But you know, at the same time, seriously, I put the information in there. If you, there are hotlines for domestic violence and domestic abuse, all these different things, and most importantly, man, get away from this type of woman, brother. Okay, if she hit you, bro, she gonna hit you again. All right.
For his glory. And so that's kind of how I look at the situation. And like, and I hate the narrative too of just like, you know what I'm saying, it's so negative. But like I said, it's just like in the state of Seattle, even talking to the cop or whatever, he was just like, it really was nothing I could do. And just like, I understood. But I mean, like I said, it was just a sucky situation. But she's a human being and a great person. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like we've been able to be like really good teammates like all year. And I hate that narrative too because you know, us coming together like we're just two like real dominant personalities. And she's, to me, the best female athlete in the world. Like I said.
Yeah, that she might be. Well, I don't know about that because she's trying to do her best impression of Clarissa Shields, brother. She might be trying to transfer over to the boxing ring. I don't know. Right. Um, we need the Seattle DA to press these charges. Don't drop them. I promise you, had this been any other professional athlete, celebrity, male, black man especially, okay, that was, you know what I mean, rock'em sock'em robots with his female companion in the airport, he'd be charged. Sha'Carri Richardson is an adult, okay? She has to pay for her actions. And again, in an actual airport. Y'all must be flying Spirit, brother. All right, y'all too rich to be flying Spirit Airlines, but that's definitely Spirit Airlines activity, okay? What are we doing? Stop making excuses for this woman. She's grown. No, she's not a great person, right? Great people don't abuse people. Okay? Stop it. All right. This brother has good intentions. He seems like a very, very kind person, but what he doesn't understand is when men do this, okay, you make it difficult for all other men. This is why all of the domestic violence stats and data is skewed, because no man wants to be the man that's getting beat up on by his woman. Okay. Nobody wants to admit that, bro. Okay. You don't want to show up to the you know, be like Lil Bow Wow, you know, in the body cam footage. Like, she was just all over me. Oh, you know, at least Bow Wow got an excuse as a little fellow Federation member. Okay. But yeah, man, we are being counterproductive, right? And hurting men in the long run. And most importantly, sending the wrong message of um, you know, forgiveness. And, you know, she was just she's a dominant personality, all these different things. Men, black men especially, get none of this grace, brother. Okay, get none of these excuses. And like I said, even had you at some point got fed up or she hit you the wrong way and you retaliated, guess what it would have been said about you? Okay, and most importantly, again, too, where is the footage? This happened in the airport, so we know for a fact there's footage somewhere of the actual altercation. happening. Why has it not been released yet? Ray Rice was released in less than 24 hours. Okay. Jonathan Majors, we as soon as the charges got filed, we saw him running down Broadway or wherever that was in New York. Okay. And he still got found guilty. Okay. So please, 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 young fellas, all right, don't do that, man. Don't make excuses for a woman being abusive.
Yeah, every day. And like, you know, for me in my process, like I just said, like moving training groups, a whole new environment, a whole new, you know what I'm saying, training setup, different than what I've been in the past, like, you know, 10 years of my, you know, track and field career. And transitioning and then still coming back running 9.8 and feeling like I got so much more to give. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my path, that's my journey in life.
And that's the rest of it, was him talking about, his track and field endeavors or whatnot, what have you. Okay. Ultimately, man, listen, domestic violence is nothing to play with. All right. I've covered several situations of men that have lost their lives, okay, to violent women. All right. Things are going to progress. They're going to get worse. All right. A person that is a grown adult that is comfortable with and thinks the solution to solving conflict, disagreements, issues, problems, what have you, with physical violence is not anybody you need to be trying to work with. Okay. All right. They ask need to be in a jujitsu class, a boxing gym or something. Okay. But you, young fellow, should not be the person that receives all of their aggression and become the release for their stressful situations. But anyway, hey, Miss Fantastic 824 on all social media platforms, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe to the video, and we out.